Okay, good morning, everyone. Allow me to firstly share my screen. Wait for a second. Okay, all praises are Allah's, the most gracious and merciful. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor for me to be one of the paper presenters in the 20th Asia TEFL and the 16th TEFLIN conference in 2022 in Malang City. Actually, I registered as an on-site paper presenter, but due to my health problem, I need to change my mode of presentations or attendance to an online paper presenter. Thanks to the committee for all the assistance and understanding. And I'm Dina Rahmawati from Universitas Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa, Serang, Banten Province. In this conference, I would like to share with you my current research entitled Photovoice Method in Promoting Indonesian University FL Students' Environmental Awareness, an intensive listening course. Sorry, I mistyped. Okay, but before I explain further about it, I would like to share a little bit about the background story of how I come forward with this idea. Okay, wait. This research was actually a part of my friend's project about lesson study, and I was one of the participants in his project. So we were required to teach extensive listening course and chose specific issues to be implemented in the course. The issues that we had to choose were green listening, critical listening, intercultural listening. Since my university is concerned with environmental issues, and is taking a part in green metric ranking. So I chose green issues to be the topic to be implemented in the extensive listening course. I shared or I collaborated with my colleague, Bapak Rahman Hakim. Unfortunately, he cannot join this conference. And that's a little bit the background story of this research. And also at that time, I joined a research and publication community. And at the time, I was learning about the Photovoice methodology and find out that Photovoice methodology has an interesting points or principle which coincides and I guess very suitable for extensive listening, especially green listening issues. So I was interested to incorporate the Photovoice methodology into the extensive listening course. Okay, wait. To start with the research, I began by searching for references related with the extensive listening. Shared the same principle of extensive reading proposed by Day and Benford 1989. Extensive listening practices emphasize students' personal choice in the selections of listening materials and that the student listened to. The selection was made on the level of language competence that they have, and the feeling of enjoyment or the enjoyable feeling of doing the activity. And as stated by Renania and Farrell 2010, extensive listening is defined to mean all categories of listening activities that allow learners to obtain excessive, understandable, and pleasurable listening input. Furthermore, Photovoice research method was initially applied by Wang and Burris in 1999 in their project exploring the issues of women's health in Yunnan province, China. This method allows people to identify, represent, and enhance their community through a particular photographic practices and aims at enabling people to record and reflect their community's strengths and apprehensions, upholding critical dialogue and knowledge about the significant issues through large, small group discussion on the photographs, and the teaching and research and reaching the policymaker. Since the first publications of the research in 1998, this community-based participatory research method has received numerous attentions by researchers in health education and other related fields. In the field of health education, the use of Photovoice method facilitated community members to pinpoint a way out to the local issues of health more easily, and also improve understanding of community members to the needs and community assets, and to empowerment. And based on my digital research on related references, the issues of the implementations of Photovoice methodology in extensive listening course has not been explored. Then the research questions were formulated into two research questions. How the Photovoice method in extensive listening course promoted English as a foreign language students' environmental awareness, and how the students respond to the use of Photovoice method in EL practices. Now come to the research methodology. The research was conducted in English Education Department of Universitas Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa. I took the data, or the data were collected in 2021. 100 of third semester students joining extensive listening course took part as the co-researcher, because in Photovoice methodology, what so-called participant is called co-researcher, because they work together with the researcher in collecting data. And for research question number one, so what is it? The listening activities were divided into two sections, actually. Yeah, for the first half of the semester, from meeting 1 to meeting 8, the students were required to listening to podcasts in green listening issues. They were free to choose their own topics or the issues in green listening. And then after that, from meeting 9 to 16, the Photovoice methodology steps were conducted. And to collect data for research question number 2, open-ended questionnaire were distributed to the students. Okay, now I explain about the stages. The stages of Photovoice methodology. So from the first time, from meeting 9, so we discussed about, or the students were introduced what Photovoice methodology is, what they need to do, and how to take the photographs. And also I also explained about the ethics in taking the photo. And also the step 2, after the student understood what they need to do, they took photo from their surroundings. It's up to them, or the what is it? The scenery, or the issues that they thought was interesting to share. Yeah, and then after that, in the following week, they need to discuss the photographs and reflect on their experiences in the classroom with the researcher and also other students. And then after that, they write the narratives, yeah, or the story behind the photo, or the photographs. And after that, the student were required to choose, to choose a photo for sharing. And at the end, we did a virtual exhibitions in which the students were required to do virtual exhibitions. They work in a group, and they need to present or share the photo with the narrative that they wrote earlier. Yeah, and the narratives, they need to follow this formula or this what is it stages. What they need to explain in the narratives are what do you see in the photographs or in the pictures, and what is really happening. How does it relate to our lives, and why does this problem exist, and what can we do about this? Or the narratives follow the strategies of what is called showed. And the data analysis reveals the integrations of Photovoice method in extensive listening activities promoted students' 21st century skill and improve the students' environmental awareness, which covers environmental issues, perceptions of environmental issues, environmental optimism. This can be seen from the themes, yeah, of the photograph that they took. They chose for the photo, and also the way they tell the story or the narrative they wrote behind the photo through the showed strategies. There are actually 11 issues or themes found in the photographs, with actually sums of the themes were macro and micro themes. Yeah, the macro themes were plastic waste, water pollution, personal waste consumptions, and air pollution. Those are the general themes found in the photographs, and these are the example of the photo they took. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's very important to note that they need to take the photographs by themselves. Yeah, they are not allowed to use the photo. For example, they took from Google and they just write the narrative. No, the photo need to be genuinely taken by the students. So these are the example, the photo or the photographs, and also the narratives. Yeah, you can read it. It's very interesting. I was really amazed. Firstly, the student tell about the podcast that they listen to, yeah, which tell us the UK has different strategies from other countries in recycling household waste, which means every citizen has to pay a local service tax to collect waste weekly and bring it to central facility. And at the other part, the blue part, for example, this photo is located on Jalan blah blah blah, Sarang, Banten, was taken when I was visiting my friend who was sick, named Horonisa. When I passed this place, I was very surprised, and it really caught my attention because of the garbage that filled the roadside area. And the reason why I took this photo, I was reminded of the podcast. So the students relate to what happened in her surrounding with the podcast that the student listened to earlier. Yeah. However, in this area, household waste is disposed in any place such as public facility. So the student need also give a solution, or they're thinking about what we can do about this. Yeah. In addition, the picture above shows that the population and government do not care enough in managing and recycling waste that they produce by themselves. So the students is promoting about the or urging about the government's policy in what is it, taking care or managing or the issues of waste management system done by the government. Oh yeah, I forgot. Secondly, the student found that the Photovoice method was enjoyable to integrate into the EL activities. It drove integrated language skills practices, and it related their listening input to the environmental issues close to their surroundings. I'm sorry, I cannot go to the next slide because I just noticed that it was my first draft of PowerPoint, so I didn't wrote the conclusions and also suggestions in the PowerPoint. I'm terribly sorry. So in conclusion, the Photovoice method is not only creating a very interesting listening activities, but also promoting integrated language skills, language skills, and then also the students' awareness on green issues. The research of or the applications of Photovoice methodology in EFL teaching and learning, especially in this research, needs some improvement. Yeah, especially in the term of assessment. The assessment needs to be made clear from the very beginning. What points of the language will be assessed? Yeah, and how the students' progress or the students' language will be assessed. Okay, I guess that's all my presentation. Thank you very much.